Hi, greetings, blessings. I am Psychic Jenna. Welcome to my Tarot Advisor. Please feel free to download the app for any Android, Apple device. Today is going to be a pretty controversial reading. We're going to be speaking of domestic violence, whether it be mental, physical, or abusive. Unfortunately, I was in one myself. And over 3 years later, I am healthy. And I am in a beautiful, blessed marriage. This is something that lots of people don't like to speak of. This is something that lots of people like to keep amongst themselves, or most of all, they feel that they should keep it into the closet. Something that lots of males and females need to understand about abusive relationship, it never gets better. They say they may change for a moment, but it does not. The King of Swords reversed into the typical rider that comes into the reading, which represents a very, very self-conscious person who feels that they have power and authority over you. And the more that you let that go, the more that they gather that power and the more that they could use that abuse against you. And lots of people, and including myself, they feel that there's no way out. They don't know if they should tell a friend, if they should tell a family. And the way that you have to come out of this is finding your strength. The strength card, typical rider that comes into the reading. And I know what lots of people think. How do I find the strength? I have children for scenario purposes. I have a home. I don't want my family to know about this. It's going to have to come out. Whether it be you in getting involved with the law, whether it you calling that friend, whether it be you getting out of that home, you're going to have to call that strength into play because it is not getting any better. And it does take time to heal after a mental, physical, abusive relationship. And I know what lots of people think. Oh, they're just going through a bad day. Oh, eventually things will get better. It does not get any better. In order to succeed, in order to be happy into marriage, a relationship, you should not be abused. You should not have vulgar words used against you. You should not be made fun of. You should not have violence used against you. Now, the World card comes into the reading, which is one of my favorites. It represents happiness and success to come. In order to succeed, in order to move forward from that abusive relationship, you will find that happiness. Are you going to be left with some scars? Most definitely. Are you going to overcome it? Most definitely, because I am living, breathing proof of it. And I would like the world to know, and especially those who are in those domestic violence relationships, like I said, mental, physical, abusive, it's not going to get any better. You have to find the strength within your heart, and you have to walk out. Like I said, whether it be getting the law involved, whether it be calling a friend, family, shelters, hotlines, you have to find a way to get out of a situation like that because it does not get any better. And the one tip that I will definitely give to anyone going through any mental abusive relationship, you are valued and you are worth something, and love does exist. Love does not mean to be criticized. Love does not mean to be abused. Love does not mean to be someone's slave. I know that this is something very controversial, but I happen to feel and believe that lots of people need to understand and need something to give them the strength and the willpower. And I know that there's lots of people frightened because there was a time and point that I was frightened, that I did not know how to go and what to say and what to do and how to contact my parents and how to contact friends and family, until one magical day I found out that I had this strength. And after I found this strength, I am happily married. And most of all, I'm a much better, stronger person. So I hope that you guys really took this reading into consideration, especially those going through those mental, physical, abusive relationships. My name is Jenna. Please feel free to download the app for any Android, Apple device and join us on a reading at my Tarot Advisor, one of the great readers we have in store. And like I said, this is probably a very controversial video, but this is something that needs to be addressed because I know there's lots of people that don't like to speak of it. Blessings.